Well, hey there folks. Welcome back to another adventure. So glad you joined me. Hopefully this is going to be a fun one. Today I'm back at St. Mary's Falls, and today my challenge is to hike this trail once again. So around May time last year I did hike this trail, but unfortunately I did not make it to the end of the waterfall. It got dangerous and I had my camera and I just felt like I was gonna fall and break my camera and injure myself. So that's why I did not finish the hike last time. So today I'm gonna go once at it again and see if I can make it to the end of the waterfall and finally hopefully capture the beautiful waterfall that I've seen in pictures. We'll see what happens. I'm really excited for one reason, because today is finally summer, and today is going to be my first hiking trail of the summer season this year, and I got plenty of water with me today. I got two water bottles and got also plenty of snacks, and got some beef jerky too if I get hungry. This is supposed to be a 4.3 mile round trip hike. Such a beautiful day outside today, 86 degrees. And honestly, it doesn't feel that hot. Maybe because I'm next to the trees here, but it just feels really pleasant. I'm really enjoying it so far. So anyway, let's go ahead and explore this trail. Watch out for snakes, and hopefully we're gonna make it to the end of the waterfall. So come join me. It's gonna be a great adventure. Alrighty folks, it is a hot day, which means it's time to drink some water. My lips are dry. By the way, I forgot to tell you, what's so funny is that from my last biking video that you guys have seen, at the end of the video I said I got bit by some mosquitoes. When I came home, it was more than just a few mosquitoes. It was about 34 bites that I've counted on my arms here, so that was pretty funny. So let's drink some water and continue enjoying this gorgeous trail. Alright folks, I want to test out this water because it is hot, so it will feel really good on my face, so let's check it out. Oh yeah, a bit chilly but good. I'm gonna do it again. Woo! Whew. Got my feet wet by accident. Oops. Oh well, let's keep going. All right, guys, time for another water break. Just did another crossing here, and what I've learned is I gotta take it slow because some rocks are slippery, some rocks are not slippery. So I almost slipped on one of the rocks over there, so I just gotta take it a lot slower. So let's go ahead and drink some water and keep going. I think we're almost there. Good news is, at least everything does look familiar. So, all right, let's go. folks, as y'all can see, I can't believe it, but I made it. Made it to the St. Mary's Falls, finally, a year later. I am so happy. I can't believe how actually close I was. All I had to do was do one more water crossing. Last time I literally stopped at the last water crossing, and all I had to do was cross the water and it's right there. So really beautiful waterfall. I feel like I want to swim in it, which a lot of people are actually doing. They're actually swimming in there. It was still kind of fun walking on water. My feet are still wet, as you can tell, and I'm gonna drink some water now, eat some snacks, enjoy this area, and head back down the trail. So let me show you what I brought. First of all, I got some water, got a little bit left. I still got another bottle here just in case. So let's go ahead and drink it, and I'll show you what fruits I brought. Alrighty, so first of all, brought some beef jerky. I'm not really hungry, to be honest, so I'm just gonna skip on that today. But I'm not gonna skip on some fruits. Check out what I brought. Check this out. Got some oranges. I got 2 huge oranges packed in here, so let us enjoy vitamin C. Oh yeah. I'm telling you right now, by the end of today, there'll be nothing in this container except emptiness. Definitely I recommend come here to the waterfall on a weekday, because I bet on weekends it's going to be packed, because if the parking lot was full on a weekday, which is today is Wednesday by the way, so yeah, imagine how much it'll be. So that makes sense why this place is pretty awesome. I still can't believe I made it to the waterfall here finally. Cannot believe it. What an incredible day it is today, guys. I've really been enjoying every part of today's hike. I've been enjoying the different smells of the forest. There's a lot of these different flowers. I really don't know the name of them. There's a bunch of them, and it just smells so good outside. It just feels refreshing next to the water, and it just feels like the most amazing first hike of the summer. So far I give it a thumbs up, and definitely exceeded my expectations. So before I head down the trail, I want to talk to you about the topic of being thirsty. You know, since we're with a lot of water here, I want to read to you guys one verse from the book of Psalms, which is written in Psalm 63 verse 1. This will kind of show us what's kind of interesting. If you guys know of King David, we're going to find out what King David was thirsty for. What was King David thirsty for back then? Yeah, as you guys know, King David was a powerful man back then. He was a king. He was probably one of the best, if not the best king that ever lived. Let's learn from King David. Let's see what he was thirsty for. So this is written in Psalm 63 verse 1. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. Let me read it one more time. This is what he says. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. So what we can learn here is that King David, he was thirsting and longing. Longing means to crave, to desire deeply. He was longing for God. And to me, that was an interesting thought in my head. I was thinking, like, imagine one of the best kings that ever lived, right? King David, he had all the power that he kind of wanted. He was a really good fighter back then, you know. God helped him a lot. And what's interesting is that he could have had whatever he wanted, you know, whatever desire that humans ever have. He could have had. He's king, you know. But look at this. Look what he's longing for, you know. If we ask ourselves a question like, what am I thirsting for? What will I put instead of God? You know, but King David, he was longing and he was thirsting for God. How about me? What do I put instead of God that I'm thirsting for? Sometimes I'm thirsting for the wrong things. I'm thirsting for things that will make me even more thirsty. Yes, they quench my thirst for a little bit, but they make me even more thirsty. Hey, I'm gonna give you a good example. Think of it like a soda. You think, oh man, this soda is so delicious. It is just, feels like thirst quenching, you know, they put all these different ads, you know. Then you drink it, but for some reason, like, you want more. It's because they put sugar in it, a lot of sugar, and sugar, it is not good for you. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, my challenge that I want to set for myself, and hopefully for you as well, is let us together, let us thirst and seek God first. Let God be our longing. Let He be the one that we crave, that we desire deeply, you know, instead of other things in this world. Because I look at my life, and a lot of times, I desire sometimes things that, satisfy me for a little bit, but doesn't truly satisfy me like God does, like material things. And one more thing I've noticed here is he said, "Oh God, thou art my God, early will I seek thee." So a lot of times, this is a lesson that we can all take. I feel like it's a great lesson in this verse. When we wake up, what is the first thing we go for? Do we go toward our phone? Do we go toward other things? I don't know, our stresses, our things that we got to get done that day, Or are we first searching for God? That's what he says here. Look, early will I seek thee. Remember, if you watched a few videos ago, I explained what the word seek means. It means to search, to not just look for something, to search, to put your effort into looking for it. You know what I mean? That's what seek means. So he said, early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee, my flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. King David was a smart man, and I want to take a lesson from him because he knew that nothing else in this world matters instead of God. He knew that all the stuff that he has is material. He knew that his life is in the hands of God. He knew that every step he takes is in the hand of God. If he had so many battles, he has so many wars he had to fight in battles. And guess what he did? He always asked God permission. God, should I go fight? God, are you going to be there with me? God, are you going to help me win this battle? And God always was there for him. God always helped him. So let us together, my friend, let us seek God and seek him early instead of looking for those things that don't matter. Let's seek God. That gives us that real meaning and purpose in our daily life. I just keep thinking to the time we had Easter, where that question those angels asked the two Marys that came, why seek ye the living among the dead? A lot of times, we just look for things and we seek things that don't really matter. Let's seek the one that matters in our life, which is God, because the reason why he matters is he's the way, the truth, and the life, like I always keep repeating. So anyway, I hope this encourages you and just helps you out in your life. If you're in a dark, deep spot, if you're in depression, if you feel like maybe nobody cares about you, God does care. God loves you. He's the one who truly cares for us, People fail, things fail in this world, but something that's stable, that doesn't ever fail is God. So this was such a great hike. I'm gonna go ahead and start heading back down now. So come follow along with me. Let's finish up this amazing adventure. Alright folks, as you can tell, I have made it back to my car. This was such an incredible hiking experience. Highly recommend it to you guys. So if you have not been to St. Mary's Falls here, definitely recommend it. Definitely come on a hot day like this. Today was perfect. Just come on a hot day, clear day, and come on a weekday. That way it's less people. Definitely bring some good shoes for sure, and maybe bring some sandals later so you can switch. I didn't bring any today. I just walked in my shoes. So yeah, I would just prepare to get wet. And it was actually great. I'm happy I got wet. It was actually nice and refreshing. So anyway, today I hiked a total distance of, to my surprise, 7.57 miles. I was thinking like 4 miles, but 7.57 miles. A total time of 5 hours, 21 minutes, and a total ascent of only 435 feet. So this is a very easy trail, very fun trail. So far, this is one of my top trails this year. I've really enjoyed it today. I saw different things like the St. Mary's River. It was just really awesome to be able to walk right alongside it. You know, I was able to see some different flowers, saw some different bugs and things like that. So that was pretty cool. And you even was able to see some pretty cool butterflies. You know, I don't really get to see a lot of them this often in one spot. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed this hiking trail, and I'm just so happy because I was able to finally make it to the end of the trail and was able to see the gorgeous grand waterfall. So that was super cool. So thanks to God, that was a great adventure. Let us remember, you know, this week, next week, whatever, let us remember that we need to thirst and hunger for God. You know, like David. Let's learn from the people in history. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's pretty cool because you can just look back in history, you know, whether it's the Bible or other people, and you can learn from them. That way we don't make the same mistakes, and we can learn and make our life better, you know. And King David, he teaches us that, you know, he was thirsting for God early in the morning, you know. And let's do the same, guys. Let's thirst, let's long for God, and that we'll be really satisfied in this world, and we'll have meaning and purpose, you know. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this fun adventure. Hopefully I can do some more this year, and I'm so happy I was able to do it. It was fun. And like I said, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next adventure. God bless.